Welcome back, guys, to Fire Emblem Path of Radiance as we begin Chapter 16, the Atonement. What is this? Who are you? What have you done with Nesala? Oh, this is something everyone should see. There can be no doubt. I gaze upon the last living wonder of the Soren's royalty. Those golden locks. Witness how they gather in the morning sun and multiply its brilliance. The gentle luster of those argent wings. Manifest proof of royalty, as sure as I am alive. Magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. A true work of art wrought in flesh and feather. All this beauty. Mine. The fortune I paid the Raven King seems like a pittance compared to this treasure. What? Nesala sold me? To you? No! You are exquisite, even in rage. Now, if you behave yourself, I'll grant you a life of luxury. Ow! My nose! My beautiful nose! Bishop Oliver, you winged freak! You'll pay for that! No! You mustn't harm him. You mustn't ruffle a single feather of those gorgeous wings. My beauty, you mustn't be frightened. In time, you will come to see how kind and charitable a master I can be. This is madness. No, so frightening. How delicious. But I fear that we must now be separated for a short while. Loyal servants, attend my words. You must not raise a hand to this one. Prepare his meals with care and do not disturb his rest. I would not see his countenance marred by displeasure. Helens, you see, are such delicate things. And then at the proper time. Yes, the proper time. When will it be? I say to you, those haughty senators and their ilk have looked down their noses at me for the last time. I shall show them all. Oh, but I must have a grand stage. One where none can fail to see me. Soren's royals are creatures of legend, and when I arrive with one at my side, I can hardly wait to see Duke Garros' face. Nesala, you wretch! Curse your eyes! How dare you do this to me? And the action moves to the main Owl Cathedral. I've brought him! Well done, Ike. I shall see that you are well rewarded. Where's your usual entourage? I see only 2 of your holy guard. Oh, there was some sort of disturbance. I think they're clearing away the rabble. But on to business. Is that one there the ringleader of the thieves? Why, he's nothing but a child. Has he offered up any kind of defense for his deplorable actions? We are no thieves. We're trying to free the Laguz that these filthy aristocrats hold in captivity. What manner of absurd fairy tale is this? In the year Begnian 624, Apostle Miss Saha, my honoured grandmother, emancipated every last Laguz slave. In accordance with the law, today there is not a single slave to be found in all of the Begnian Empire. You lie! Countless noble houses even now keep Laguz as servants or entertainment or worse. And the Senate, those vast windbags grant tacit approval by doing nothing. That's enough. I told you to keep a cool head. But... Ike, why ever would you bring such an ill-mannered rogue to meet me? What is it you're planning? If anyone's planning something, it's you. Really? And what could you possibly mean by that? Your last mission showed us the slave trade. And now, you've put us in contact with an underground emancipation group. From the very beginning, I found this whole arrangement a little odd. You have more vassals than you can use, yet you hire us for these missions? Your motivations have me puzzled. Oh, I see. And have you solved this puzzle of yours? You want to expose the depravity of the inner circles of power. But you don't want the general public to know that the majority of the Senate is involved in slavery. And to think I thought you were as untutored as a wild monkey. You're actually quite bright. I didn't figure it all out by myself. I have companions whom I trust with my life. They helped. Hey, hold it! What in the world are you talking about? Would someone like to explain this to me? The Apostle is aware of the Laguz slavery. On top of that, it appears she intends to do something about this problem. Are you serious? I am. However, whether I succeed or fail depends largely on what you do next. So be it. I think it's time you told us about the next job you have lined up for us. I've received reports that Bishop Oliver, the Duke of Tanas, is up to something suspicious. Duke Tanas has a villa near the woods of Serenas. Go there and return with irrevocable power of what he's doing. Irrevocable even. If you succeed in this, I promise to support your Princess Alincia with all the power at my command. We'll bring back whatever information it is you're looking for. Be ready for us! And so our true mission by the Apostle comes out. Ike, I'd like to report the results of our last battle. Now, place your bets. Who was the MVP? Is it Rolf? Is it Nefene? Or is it yet again Marcia? It's got to be one of those three, I think, personally. So let's find out. It's Marcia yet again. Obviously, because she was in the most battles. She did get some KOs. To be honest, it's probably done by amount of experience gain. You guys probably confirmed that to me already by this point. But yeah, probably that. New ally, Stefan, Tormod and Muarim. So we got the guy we found randomly, thanks to you guys. Tormod, who was, of course, the little kid. And Muarim, who we beat up. We got a little bit of bonus experience. We got tons of combat experience. So I think, to be honest, we did fairly well for ourselves. And we spent a bit as well, if you know what I mean, on weaponry. We did quite well. There were no deaths and no injuries beyond our capabilities to heal. Everyone performed exceedingly well. That is all. By your leave, I will excuse myself. He's not won much for the praise, but now we've got ourselves even more members. Right, so moving down there's a bit of slowdown, but Muarim is now ours, a level 9 tiger, and he's got the demi-band on, which means he always stays as tiger. Which also means we can move that on to anyone we want to. Kind of cool. We've got Tormod here, level 7 mage. Now how good are you versus Ilyana? That's my real question here. Alright. To be honest, they're a pretty even match, apart from the fact that I'd say Tormod is a little bit, of course, a little bit better just based on magic. I'd say Tormod is better. C rank in fire, E in thunder, D in wind. Of course, EDE is there, and I'm guessing, to be honest, at this point in time, Soren's gained not a single stat in the other things that he's been using, mind you, but his wind magic's going up bit by bit, as now we've got a relatively even army of around 14 to 16 people in terms of level. Apart from, of course, our healers, where it seems like Reese was just about to level up as well. Right, apart from that, Volk needs some more, Soft needs to level up a bit, but to be honest, we'll get them there, To be honest now, I should probably start moving a bit more experience onto Ike again and Boyd, because now everyone's pretty much catching up with them. Still the others need to be got. We got one other member as well, Stefan, but man, I don't think we're using him for a while, because again, promotes. To be honest, I do intend to use Titania again, just when we get to around the point where she's about even with everyone else. I think that's when we'll stick her back in. Stick her back in then, right. So we've got skills, we've got support. And it seems we can support once again with Soren. In fact, I can support with Lef as well, but we know how we're building him. So Soren, let us speak indeed. No, Soren doesn't really want to speak. Do you have a second, Soren? What is it, Ike? What's wrong? You've been quiet and moody for days. What's going on? Now, one of the things I like about this support system, by the way, is that it seems to be also unlocked based on story progress, because this has been something that's building up and now it's here in a support. If I was to support Soren with someone else, we might not get this, but that's interesting in itself. To be honest, I like having supports also along the lines of stories, like Oscar's one when we were on the boat, and when we were talking about strategy for basically the battle that was coming up. So as I continue, I digress there. Let's continue. Well, it's... Yes? It's nothing. You've never worried about who you are, have you? Your family? Where you come from? Well, it's obviously not nothing then if you're starting off. Who I am? Well, not really, no. I guess I don't understand what you're getting at. I had a father and a mother. I don't remember much about her, but otherwise, no complaints. It must be nice to have loving parents. You need people to experience your childhood, to help shape the person you will become. Without an adult around to affirm and support them, a child can't know which path to take, or who he really is. Don't you have any memory of your parents? No, the woman who raised me was not my birth mother, and she wasn't all that fond of me anyway. My earliest memories are of her saying, "Why me? The world isn't fair," or "Stay away from me, child." No love, no affection. She took care of me out of some sense of duty that she didn't really possess. When I was about 4, a nearby sage came by and asked to take me in. He said I possessed rare magical talent. I remember the day clearly. My caretaker was delighted to give me up. In fact, she seemed almost delirious with pleasure. Smiling like a mad woman as she handed me over, the sage even gave her gold as compensation. Not that it was necessary. Oh, Soren. I had no idea. The sage was old and knew that death would soon come for him. His only goal was to teach his art to an apprentice. As time was short, he put me through terribly rigorous magic training. We worked day and night, without cease. I didn't even have time to think about who I really was. But it was still a better life than I had ever known. When the sage died 2 years later, I had acquired much magical skill. Perhaps too much for a child of my age. At any rate, once I'd eaten all of the food in the sage's hovel, I left and walked for days to find help. Upon reaching civilization, I came to another grim realization. I couldn't speak. Not a word. Soren. Oh, I could read and write better than most of the villagers, and I could understand what they said. I just couldn't talk. I couldn't help it. The woman and the sage both used to hurl words at me, unkind words usually, but I never needed to answer, so... Soren? Huh? Oh, I apologize, Ike. I should not have made you listen to such nonsense. Soren, it's no nonsense. It's awful. It's the most terrible thing I've ever heard. Where did this happen? Was it in Begnion? No, but there's more. I haven't told you. About my parents. No, that's enough. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Wait, Soren! Soren! Blast! Well, there's something really going on there then. Something very interesting indeed, but we have more supports to do, but for the time being, I'm going to move us over to the info here. We're going to see the chats we have, and one of them is with Stefan. Let's speak to Stefan indeed, but first of all, let's talk to Muarim. Ahem. Muarim! Little one. How was it? Were you treated roughly? Did they attempt to punish you? No, it was nothing. And the apostle? I sure thought she'd be some mean old hag, but she's just a kid. Really, she's even shorter than I am. Little one, you must lower your voice and watch your tongue. What? Why? Rest easy, Muarim. Everyone in this room is with me. The apostle has no ears here. That is good. Muarim? Speaking ill of the apostle here is considered treasonous. Keep it up and they'll kill you. Or threaten to. What? Little one, while we are here, please choose your words with more care than you have shown. I beg of you. Oh, right. I understand. For Laguz, you seem to know more about the court etiquette here than my fellow Beorc, Tormod. Bah. That's cause I don't know much about any of this stuff, that's all. Here's no matter, little one. Ike, the reason I'm familiar with the customs of the Begnion nobles is... I myself was once a slave. What? Oh no. For generations, my family served as slaves to one house. They were wealthy and powerful, senators all. As a child, I was raised never to question my station as a slave. From the day that I was born, the most grueling physical labor was as natural as breathing. I knew nothing else. To ensure we were liked by our masters, we were drilled in the etiquette of polite society until it became second nature. We were slaves. We did what we could to live as long as we could. The most important thing was not to incur the wrath of our masters. If we displeased them, we were punished. If we were lucky, we were beaten. If we were unlucky... Muarim, that's enough. I'm sorry, Lord Ike. If a former slave like myself is present, all of you will be judged, scorned, and looked down upon. I came here to ask if you would take care of something for me. I would have you take care of the little one. Why would you say such a thing? You were born a Laguz slave, and you're not allowed to be free. That's not right. That's why we promised each other we'd change all of that. We made a promise. Laguz, like Beork, would build homes and plant fields. Families would live together in peace and freedom. That's the world we dreamed of. That's a dream that belongs to us as former Laguz slaves. We don't need the help of another Beork like you. What? Little one! Does it really warrant that much concern? Huh? Since I first arrived here in Begnion, it's something that's been bothering me. If you're born into a noble house, you're a noble. If your parents are slaves, you're a slave. Do you think a person's worth is decided at the moment of their birth? I can't understand a country where that passes for normal. I just can't. Those don't sound like the words of someone working for Princess Crimea. Princesses are princesses because they're born into royal families, right? Are you going to deny that? No, you're right. Alincia, she is a princess. I don't think we treated her with more respect than any other employer we've had, but... funny. We've addressed her as princess the entire time, but I've never really considered what it meant. From where I stand, I think you've been blessed. You were born a Beork and raised in a country with a lenient social structure. That's an enviable life. It's so hard, no matter how I try, I'll never fully understand your pain. But listen, I didn't treat Alincia any differently after I learned of her heritage. I'm not going to think of you or treat you differently just because you used to be a slave. It's not going to happen. You're you, and I'm free to think of it that way if I want, right? Muarim, there's nothing anyone can do about your past, about the burdens you carry. And I know I don't know everything that's going on, but you shouldn't be trying to push Tormod away. He's dedicated to you, and being with you is his choice. It's part of his freedom. I see now. I will go and find him. If meeting those in the temple is uncomfortable, I can go and bring him back. What do you think? No, I can do it. I have a good nose. Tracking the young one's scent while avoiding other Beork is an easy task. I see. Ike, never mind. May our friendship be true and enduring. I share your sentiment. Our troop will have you for as long as you wish. And so that was a long conversation indeed. Slaves there are all around. Slaves that have escaped. And it's quite good that there's a Laguz Emancipation Army, though I do now regret the fact that what I did to them. But let's talk to Stefan, he's a 3-star kind of guy. What will we get from this encounter, if anything? To be honest, we probably just 3-star because we got him. What the... who are you? How long have you been a member of my troop? I joined after the Battle of the Sands. My name is Stefan. I apologize for not introducing myself earlier. Why are you here? In part, it's because I'm curious, but mostly it's the guiding hand of fate that has led me to you. Huh? In the desert, I watched the dance of your sword. Did you use his sword? He shoved someone. You have a unique style, but it is incomplete, filled with hesitation. You've recently lost your teacher, no? Ah. Luckily, your foundation is quite strong, which is why I can be of service. Your technique, how powerful will it be when perfected? I would like to know. Who are you? You can learn the dance of blades from me without knowing my history, can you not? What say you? Let your heart decide. Shall we study or not? To be honest, I think studying would be a good idea. I understand. If you can help me perfect my technique, I will gladly accept an invitation to learn from you. Then prepare yourself. Come, attack me with all your strength. And we got an occult. Okay there, to be honest though, I was kind of expecting to get your strength's been increased by 2, and then I would have done a little dance and a celebration and everything at that point in time. So how much award experience do we have? We have nearly 2,000 yet again. We have, of course, stuff that we picked up all around. The occult here to drop, it seems. So give it away again. An item that allows characters to acquire different skills depending on their class. Put it away for now. We have 2 of them because, of course, we picked one of them up on a boat all the way around the place. We've got ourselves the guard ability. We have ourselves more supports to do. Jill and Mist we definitely will. But let me sort out exactly how I'm going to plan the other stuff. So Left has some supports as well now. Who will Jill continue to support with apart? Maybe we'll have Left be her other support. Yeah, maybe we will. Maybe we'll have her do it. Alright, apart from that, we got Titania. Still does not have one with a boy because of course we're going to have to put them together, but still, let's continue onwards. Next episode, join me then for more Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, and I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.